Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, April 13th. I hope you all had a nice long holiday weekend. So I'll get started. This is AMI day, AMI day 15. So this is AMI day 15. We'll get started with an announcement. We will have a Zoom meeting today at 3:30 to continue our new read aloud of the Graveyard Book. So if you'd like to join us for that, I will send the invitation for that out later this afternoon. I'll post it on Class Dojo, Remind, and Google Classroom, so you can join us for our read aloud today at 3:30. That is the only announcement I have for this video, so I'll go ahead and get started on our AMI Day 15 work. So as always, we start with math. So your three options you can choose from for math today are option 1, to complete the attached skill review sheet. So it gives you that worksheet that you can do. Option 2 is to log into iStation Math and work on the math section for 30 minutes. So you can work on that iStation Math, ST Math, Freckle Math, Prodigy, Extra Math, anything like that. So choose one of those online math programs and work on that for 30 minutes. Or you can choose option 3, which is to click or go to that link that is in your AMI packet, and that will take you to the PBS AMI work on their website. You'll filter it to 5 for 5th grade and choose any of those math videos to watch on the PBS website. Okay, and so those are your 3 options for math. We'll go ahead and we'll review option 1. So that skill review worksheet, if you choose to do it, so today the skill it is reviewing, let me scroll on down to it, is division. So I'll share that with you guys. So this is the division worksheet that they're having you do today as a review. So it's just reviewing division. So it says solve each division problem, then use the remainders for each problem to solve the riddle. Hint, you will not use all the letters to solve the riddle. So the riddle is what goes up and doesn't go back down. So then it gives you all of these division problems to solve. And so it starts here with problem G. And it's 410 divided by 7. So we're going to review a couple strategies that we used in class to solve division problems. So we'll work with this first problem and do kind of like our break apart method for division. So our first problem, let me write it down before I switch off this screen. So our first problem is 410 divided by 7. So I'm going to switch back to me. So I wrote down the problem, 410 divided by 7. So for this first method that we're going to review, I'm going to set it up where I just make it kind of like this, kind of looks like hangman or like a big 7. And this is where we're going to think about our easy facts. So I'm going to go ahead and get a different piece of paper. And we're going to write down our easy facts for 7. So what are our easy multiplication facts that we can use for 7? So we have to think about multiplication when we think about division. So let's think of our easy facts for 7. Okay. We'll start with 7 times 1, because we know that any number times 1 is the number itself. So we're starting the list of our easy facts for 7. So we know that 7 times 1 is 7. Then we can do 7 times 10. We know that 7 times 10 would be 70. That would help us. 7 times 100, we can put it on the list, but it's going to be too much because we know that 7 times 100 is going to give us 700. And we know that that is too much to divide when we're just dividing 410 by 7. So we're not going to need that 700, but we can add it to our list because it's an easy fact that we know. We can say, well, if we know 7 times 1 is 7, we can do 7 times 2. 7 times 2, it would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 7 times 2 would be 14. So we could know that 7 times 20, we would just be adding a 0 to that 14. So 7 times 20 would give us 140. So I'm going to add that to my list. 7 times 5. Our 5s are easy ones. We can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So 7 times 5 is 35. And we can continue that. We can do, if we know 7 times 5 is 35, 7 times 50, let's see, like adding that 0 to the end of 35. 7 times 50 would be 350. That would help us solve the problem. So that's a good list of easy facts that we have for 7s. We have 7 times 1, 7 times 10, 7 times 100, 7 times 2, 7 times 20, 7 times 5, and 7 times 50. So those are our easy facts that we know. So now we can look at this. We have 410 divided by 7. So let's think which one of our easy facts is going to help us the most first. So our big number we're trying to divide is 410. So what is the biggest one on our list of easy facts that is going to help us? So we can look, our number we're dividing is 410. What's the biggest one on this list that helps us? I think the biggest one on the list that helps us is 350. So we got 350 by doing 7 times 50. So what we're going to do, we have our thing here. So 7 times 50, we know helps us the most right now. So 7 times 50 was 350. So what I did was I'm just going to make a list, a running list on the side there of what I use. So I know that 7 times 50 gives me 350. So now I'm going to subtract to see what I have left over. So 410 minus 350. 0 minus 0 is 0. I can't do 1 minus 5. So I have to borrow from my 4. So my 4 becomes a 3, and my 1 becomes an 11. So now it's 11 minus 5. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So 11 minus 5 is 6. And then that 3 minus 3 is just going to be 0. So what we have left now, 410 minus 350, gives us 60. So now let's go back to our list of easy facts here. Which one helps us the most? Which one helps us the most now? So what we have now is 60. So let's look at this list. Which one helps us the most now? I think the one that's going to help us the most now is 7 times 5 gives us 35. So I'm going to write, so that was 7 times 5. I'm going to write my 5 on the side here, keeping track. So 7 times 5, and that gives us 35. And we're going to subtract that. So the 60 minus the 35. So 7 times 5 gives us 35. So we're going to subtract that 35 from our 60. But look, we cannot do 0 minus 5, so we have to borrow from our 6. So now our 6 becomes a 5, and our 0 becomes a 10. So we know that 10 minus 5 is 5. And 5 minus 3. So 5 minus 3 gives us 2. So now what we have left is 25. So let's go back to our list of easy facts here. What we have left now is 25. Which of these on our list helps us the most now when what we have left is 25? Well, let's look at 7 times 2. We have 14. So I think that's the one that on our list that helps us the most. So I'm going to put a 2 here on my running list of what we're using. So we have 7 times 2. That gave us 14. I'm going to go ahead and extend our line here. So now we're going to do 25 minus 14. So we start here with 5 minus 4. 5 minus 4 gives us 1 left. And then we have 2 minus 1. That gives us 1 left. So now what we have left is 11. So let's look at our list of easy facts. What we have left is 11. So which one of these helps us the most now? The only one that helps us the most now is 7 times 1, which is 7. So we're going to add our 1 to our running list here on the side. And 7 times 1 gives us 7. So 11 minus 7. So 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So 11 minus 7 is going to give us 4. Because 7 plus 4 is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 minus 7 gives us 4 left over. We cannot get anything else out of that. We cannot get 7 out of 4. So at the top, I'm going to go ahead and put that our remainder is 4. So our remainder for this problem we already know is going to be 4. So I just put R4 up there at the top. Our remainder for this problem is going to be 4. But how do we find out the rest of our answer? We find the rest of our answer by adding up everything on the side here. So we're going to do 50 plus 5 plus 2 plus 1. So 50 plus 5 is going to give us 55. So 55 plus another 2, 56, 57. 57 plus 1 is going to give us 58. So whenever we add all of our numbers on the side here, our little running list of what we used, it gives us 58. So the 58 goes up here at the top. So our total answer, our whole answer for 410 divided by 7 is 58, remainder 4. So that's kind of how you break it apart for division, and you use your easy multiplication facts, because division is just the opposite of multiplication. So we use our easy multiplication facts to help us solve it. And all we did was find our easy facts for 7. So if instead of that being a 7, it was a 5, we would find all our easy facts for 5. Or if it was a 3 here, we'd find all our easy facts for 3. So that's how we break it apart, using our easy facts. All I did was I made a list. I started with 7 times 1, and I just went with the multiplication facts I know for 7 and just found which ones helped me the most when I was trying to divide 410 by 7. So that's kind of how you use the easy facts to help you solve division problems. So the answer for that one was 58, remainder 4. So the answer to your first problem on your worksheet is 58, remainder 4. Now let's look at what the second problem is. So the second problem, we're going to use a different strategy to solve this. We're going to use the traditional method to solve this division problem. So your second division problem is 839 divided by 8. Let me write that out here. 839 divided by 8. So there is the second problem on your worksheet. 839 divided by 8. So to solve this the traditional way, we're going to go and we're going to say, okay, here's our 8. How many times can 8 go into 8? Well, we know that 8 times 1 is 8. So we're going to put our 1 right over that 8. So 8 times 1 gives us 8. So we're going to put that there, and we're going to subtract that. So 8 minus 8 is 0. Okay? And then we're going to bring down our 3. Bring down your 3. 8 cannot go into 3. So we're going to put a 0 over that 3 at the top. And we're going to bring our 0 down here, and we're going to subtract again. We're doing this so that we can bring down our 9. So 3 minus 0 is 3. And then we're going to bring our 9 all the way down. So now our 3 is 39. So now we have to think, How many times can 8 go into 39? So that's like thinking about our easy facts. So we know that, let's think, 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So maybe you don't know what 8 times 3 is. So you can look up a hundreds chart online, or you can use any resources you have at home. So you can, if you have Siri on your phone, I've been showing you guys this. Hey Siri, what is 8 times 3?
8 times 3 is 24.
8 times 3 is 24. So let's see, hey Siri, what is 8 times 4?
8 times 4 is 32.
8 times 4 is 32. So I think 32 is the one that's going to help us the most here. So we're going to put that 4, 8 times 4, we're going to put that 4 over our 9 at the top. And 8 times 4 gives us 32. So we have our 32 down there. So 39 minus 32. So 9, okay, here's my 9. A little backwards. There we go. You guys, 9. So we have 9 minus 2. So 9, 8, 7. So 9 minus 2 gives us 7. So now we know we cannot get anything else out of this problem. We cannot get 8 out of our 7 here, and we have nothing else to bring down. So 7 is going to be our remainder. So we're just going to put our R up here for remainder and 7. So your total answer for 839 divided by 8 is 104 remainder 7. That's how you, this is how you do the traditional method of long division. The first method we did was kind of breaking it apart. I guess it could be the breaking apart version of division, where we found our easy facts. This is the traditional long division way of doing it. So 839 divided by 8, the answer to that would be 104 remainder 7. So no matter what strategy you use, you can use any of those strategies to solve that worksheet. If you choose to do option 1 for math, you can use any strategy you want to solve those division problems. And all of those division problems on that worksheet that is attached to your AMI packet for today, all of those division problems will have a remainder. So all of those are division problems with a remainder. You just solve those problems, use those answers to solve that riddle. The riddle was what goes up and doesn't go back down. So solve those division problems in order to solve that riddle. So that was option 1. If you don't want to do option 1, you can choose to do option 2 or option 3 for math. So then after math, you'll do reading. So option 1 for reading is always to pick a book of your choice and read for 30 minutes. So pick up your favorite book, read for 30 minutes. All you have to do is to record the title of that book, the number of pages that you read, and then write that summary about what you read today. And then, as always, talk to somebody in your house about it, because the more we talk about what we read, the more we remember about what we read. So that's option 1. So if you choose to do option 1 for reading, you will read for 30 minutes. So if you choose to, or you could choose to do option 2. If you choose to do option 2, you'll log into iStation Reading and work on the reading section for 30 minutes. If you don't want to do iStation, you could do Freckle ELA and work on that for 30 minutes, or Spelling City is also an option. I do have those new lists up there. You can choose to do Spelling City or Freckle ELA or iStation Reading for 30 minutes. That's if you choose to do option 2. If you choose to do option 3 for reading, it says read the attached passage and identify the main idea and the supporting details. So it gives you, let me scroll down to it. It gives you this reading passage, and it is a reading passage about the lungs. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see it, so we can all look at it at the same time. So if you choose to do this option, all you have to do is read this little passage about the lungs. And it says, read the passage, then fill out the main idea chart. So you're going to think about the main idea of this passage. What is this whole passage about? So then it gives you a passage about the lungs, and it says, did you know your lungs are the second largest organ in your body? And then it goes out throughout the little passage, the paragraph, and tells you different facts about the lungs. So you're just going to read that paragraph, and you're going to think, okay, what is the main idea of what I'm reading? What is this little passage about? Is it about the lungs? So you'd write the main idea of this passage is that the lungs, maybe the main idea is that the lungs are the second largest organ. So you'd write the main idea of this passage is that the lungs are the second largest organ in our body. And then, so that's going to go in your main idea box here, but then you have to have your 3 supporting details. So what in the passage supports the idea that the lungs are the second largest organ in the body? Or, that might not be the main idea of the passage. The main idea of this passage may be something else. So whatever you say right here, whatever you say in this box is the main idea of the passage. What is this passage about? Is all that the main idea is. The main idea is what is the passage about. Whatever you write in here, the supporting details are the facts that they put in that passage to support that main idea. So the supporting details are just those extra facts. So if you say that the main idea of the passage is that the lungs are the second largest organ in the body, what facts do they give you in the passage to support that? What do they tell you about the lungs in the passage that support that? What are those 3 facts that support the main idea? And you're just going to record 1 fact in each of these boxes. So the 3 facts that support whatever your main idea is for this passage about the lungs. So that's all you'll do for that option is you'll read that little passage and complete that main idea and supporting detail chart. So that was your option 3. So you can choose to do option 1 and read for 30 minutes, or you could choose to do option 2 and do Station reading, or Freckle ELA, or Spelling City, or you could choose to do option 3 and read that passage and do the main idea and supporting details. Or reading also gives you an option 4 where you can go to that PBS link and you just, once again, filter it to 5 for 5th grade, and you can watch any of those language arts videos that they have for you there on the PBS site, and you could choose to do option 4 that way. So you choose one of those 4 options for reading today, and after you do reading, then you go to writing. So today for your writing prompts that you can choose to do is option 1. It says social distancing is something we are experiencing for the first time in our lifetime in order to stop or reduce the spread of the coronavirus. So social distancing is something new that none of us have ever done before. So it says, social distancing is staying away from other people outside your immediate family and not gathering in groups of more than 10 people at a time. I want you to think about how social distancing has impacted your life. In your journal, so last week, one of your options was to start a coronavirus pandemic journal. So in your journal today, you'd start your little heading for your journal as Monday, April 13th, 2020. And then for your journal article, for your journal passage today, you're going to write, so it says in your journal, write about someone you miss the most and wish you could see. So in social distancing, you're not really seeing everybody that you're used to seeing. So in your journal entry, write about someone you miss the most and wish you could see. What do you miss about them? What are your favorite things about them? What are some favorite memories about that person? Has it been hard for you having to stay away from friends and extended family members, such as aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, etc.? What has been the most difficult part for you about social distancing? So what is the hardest thing for you during this time? Have you used technology to stay in touch with friends and family? So how have you used technology to stay in contact with your friends and family, the people that you aren't seeing now that we're social distancing? And then it says, if so, how and in what way? So what kind of technology are you using? What are you doing in order to stay in contact with these people? So option 1 for writing, if you choose to do option 1 for writing, all you're doing is getting out that coronavirus pandemic journal that you started, or maybe you're starting it for the first time today. So you would just get out a notebook or a piece of paper and just start that journal today. And you'd start your journal entry by putting today's date. So you'd put Monday, April 13th, 2020 at the top of your entry. And then your journal entry today would be about social distancing. You know, who are you having to stay social distance from? What's the hardest thing for you? And it just gives you all those questions about what you're doing in this time while you're social distancing. So in order to write your journal entry for today, all you're doing is looking at those questions they give you in that prompt and think about how you can answer those questions and include those answers in your journal entry. But if you don't want to write a journal entry or you didn't start a coronavirus journal and you don't want to start a coronavirus journal, then you could always choose to do option 2 for writing. And option 2 for writing is to go to that PBS link that they have there in your packet, and it'll take you to the English Language Arts section of the PBS website. And all you do is filter it to 5 for 5th grade, and you choose one of those language arts videos to view, and then that's all you have to do. Choose any of those videos on the language arts site for PBS, watch the video, do what the video tells you to do, and that's your option 2 for writing today. So you could choose option 1 and answer those questions as part of a journal entry, or you can choose option 2 and follow that PBS link and choose a video. Then after writing, you have a science option. So you'll do the science option for today. So today for science, you have another worksheet, and I'll share it here so we can all look at it at the same time. So your science worksheet for today, let me try and zoom in on it, is food for thought. So it gives you a little bit of background knowledge to start your worksheet. It says you should think about what you eat, as your health depends on it. The food groups that provide you with the most energy are carbohydrates, sugars and starches, and fats. Although fats do not provide energy as quickly as carbohydrates do. Examples of foods high in carbohydrates are cereals, breads, cookies, crackers, potatoes, and rice. Oils and butter are high in fat. Foods that provide you with the raw materials you need for growth and repair are rich in a substance called protein. Meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and beans are all high in protein. Living things also need vitamins and minerals to remain healthy. Fruits and vegetables are foods naturally rich in vitamins and minerals. So then it gives you a science activity. It says classify each of these foods shown in the picture below according to what your body needs them for. So you're either going to classify these foods as for growth and repair. So remember that that for growth and repair, you need proteins. So you're going to put your proteins in the growth and repair column. Energy, it said up in the top, foods with the most energy are carbohydrates. So all your carbohydrates and fats are going to go in the energy column. And then for health, we need vitamins and minerals to stay healthy. So you're going to put those foods that have vitamins and minerals in the health column. So it gives you fish, cake, egg, apple, bread, cabbage, butter, and beans. So if you think a fish is, let's say if you think fish is a protein, which it is, you're going to put it in the growth and repair column. So fish would go here in the growth and repair column. If fish were a carbohydrate or a fat, it'd go in the energy column. And if fish were a vitamin or a mineral, it'd go in the health column here. So you're just going to sort these foods where you think they go. Do they go under growth and repair? So are they a protein? Do they go under energy? Are they a carbohydrate or a fat? Or do they go under health? Are they a vitamin or a mineral? And so you just sort those into the correct column. And then it gives you a little science investigation. It says, keep a record of what you eat over 2 days and ask a friend to do the same. So you're just going to kind of keep a journal of what you eat. So like for breakfast, what did you eat for breakfast? So for breakfast today, I had toast with peanut butter on it. So I would say breakfast, toast with peanut butter. And just kind of keep a running list of what you eat. Okay, when classifying what you eat, remember that some meals you eat may have a number of foods combined into one dish. So something you eat, so if you had a piece of chicken, chicken would be a protein, and you ate rice with it. So say you had chicken and rice. Chicken is your protein, rice would be like your carbohydrate. Okay, so for example, pizza may have meat, growth and repair, tomato sauce, vitamins and minerals, and a crust, which would be energy. Compare your diets and what did you learn? So if you keep a list, so say you keep a list of what you eat for 2 days and your mom or dad keeps a list of what they eat for 2 days. Compare what you eat and what did you learn? Who's eating more growth and repair foods? Who's eating more healthy foods? Are you eating more healthy foods than your parent? Or is your parent eating more healthy foods? Or maybe you're video chatting with a friend. Is your friend eating more healthy foods than you, or are you eating more growth and repair foods than them? So just think of those things. So that's your science worksheet for today. And then as always, after science, you get to choose which specialty activity you want to do for today. So let's look at your specialty activity options for today. So today for specialty activities, if you choose to do PE, you'll draw a person that is stretching and then label the muscle group it is stretching. So if you're drawing someone, bending down to touch their toes, what muscles are they stretching in that picture? So if you choose to do music today, you'll sing a song with a faster tempo and then sing a song with a slower tempo. So sing kind of like a faster song and then find a slower song and sing along to that and see the differences between those songs when you're singing them. But if you don't want to do PE or music, you can always choose to do art. So your art option for today is draw your favorite animal at the zoo. Only draw the head of the animal you choose. So you're just going to kind of draw a close-up of the animal's head. So if you choose to draw an elephant, you're just going to draw a big elephant head on your paper. So choose your favorite animal from the zoo and just draw their head. So those are your specialty activities that you can choose from today. You only have to choose one, but once again, if you want to have all the fun, you can choose to do all of your specialty activity options. So that is your AMI work for today. So today, remember, today is AMI day 15, and today is Monday, April 13th. So I'll just once again remind you that we will have a Zoom meeting today at 3:30 to continue our read aloud of the Graveyard book. So if you want to join us for that, we have lots of fun and we read together. That is today at 3:30, and I'll be posting the link for that this afternoon. All you have to do is click that link, and when you get onto the Zoom app or website, you'll just put in the password for our meeting, and I will let you in from the meeting's waiting room. And then we'll meet together and we'll read our read aloud today. So once again, stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, Miss McGee loves you, and I miss you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching today.